This is 3 things that players do to cause a TPK. Hello and welcome to Campaign Craft. I'm still DM Sleeper, that's still really my name, and I'm here to help you craft your campaign. This is 3 things that players do to cause a TPK. I know what you're thinking. The DM can prevent it. The DM causes it. No. The DM sets up a challenge. He sets up a challenge that may or may not be designed, tailored, and fit perfectly for his characters. If he does this, it's the player's fault if they die. If he fails to do this, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. The DM will not do is adjust things to make up for the player's errors. If he completely unbalanced a boss fight, if you spend all your health potions and all of your daily spells on mook enemies, that's on you, buddy. So the 3 things that players do to cause a TPK: 1, they wake up the dungeon. What's this mean? Let me provide an illustration. My party was entering into a campaign I called 100 Heists, where there was a series of relics hidden throughout the city for them to break in and take back for the king they had been stolen from. They find a relic below a corrupt archbishop's house. They sneak into the reliquary. They find outside of his home a book from his butler detailing the time of his return. And then they go into his house and find, through secret passageways behind paintings, a hidden chamber hiding many priceless relics and artifacts. And so the party, finding a door they can't quite open, start banging on it from both sides. Hey, it's boom, 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 which was really strange because they really were on both sides of this door. They had found enough of the dungeon to get around it, and they were still hitting it from both sides, trying to destroy this door. And wouldn't you know it, the timer expired. I set an actual timer, and the noise alerted the servants, and the archbishop and his cultist knights came and confronted the party, and it ended badly. It actually wasn't a TPK, but if I had been feeling less than generous, it would have been. Picking up the dungeon, making loud noises, causing enough ruckus to bring the attention of any living creature in the area, opening doors without clearing the rooms, and then just walking away. Different things you can do to alert the entirety of existence that you are taking their stuff from their sanctuary, and they will stop you. And if you wake up the dungeon, you could find, even if it's just letting Goblin Century escape your clutches and he alerts the rest of the dungeon is awake, and they're after you. They will descend upon you like vultures upon dead meat, which is what you're about to be, because each one of those individual encounters was balanced for your party. Each one was balanced for your party to be a fun and interesting challenge. What is 5 fun, interesting challenges piled on top of each other? That's death. Don't die. Don't be dumb. Don't wake up the dungeon. Next, splitting the party. This one is connected to waking up the dungeon, because one of the ways you can wake up the dungeon is splitting up the party, but it doesn't have to be in a dungeon. You could be in overland travel, and one people says, well, we're going to stay here and guard this stone while the rest of the party continues on the adventure. And so 2 people just don't have fun for the next hour and a half until they die horribly from a random enemy encounter. Because again, most likely, enemy encounters will be balanced for the party. And even if we take the metagaming element out of it, what's the one thing that gets you killed in a horror movie? Splitting up the group. Don't split up the party, because you'll find challenges you won't be able to encounter. There will be skill sets that some of your party will have that will be needed for that encounter, and you won't be able to access their abilities because they're off in another part of the dungeon, another part of the world, another part of the town. Splitting up the party is a great way to cause a TPK if you just hate your fellow players. And the final way to cause a TPK as a player, to not concentrate attacks or not coordinate attacks. Uncoordinated attacks will cause a TPK. And I don't mean metagaming. I don't mean you taking 5 minutes to discuss your strategies between every attack. I mean, if you have 5 enemies and you have 5 allies, I'm going to introduce action economy. Typically, that'll mean you have an even action economy. And let's say all of the bad guys focus on attacking your spellcaster. So now you have 5 moves, they have 5 moves. At the end of the turn, let's say you have each decided to fight one bad guy apiece. Everyone attacks one bad guy apiece. They all attack one good guy. One good guy dead, 5 bad guys still up. Next, you attack 4 bad guys. Bad guys all descend upon the healer. 3. See where this is going. A great way to cause a TPK is to disperse your damage more than necessary and divvy it up in such a way that they stay alive longer than necessary. Kill them as fast as possible, even if he only has 2 hit points left, unless the next spell or the next turn is going to be an area of effect spell that will cause 2 damage, even if it misses. Kill them first. Concentrate your damage. Kill one enemy before moving on to the next. You don't have to divvy them up perfectly so that everyone does one thing. No. Kill a guy. Kill another guy. Kill another guy. And keep doing that until everybody's dead. Because the less bad guys on the field means the less action economy they have, means the more comparative action economy you have. Action economy is just how many moves you can make in a turn. The more action economy you have, the more likely you are to come out on top. And especially if your DM is nice, isn't nice. Like if the DM is super nice and lenient, they might just have monsters conveniently forget to gang up on you. Or they won't. And you'll die. And it will be your fault, not the DM's. Because he was just attacking like a normal monster would. But this all kind of ties into one thing. Teamwork. Teams don't split up into the dungeon and wake everything up. Teams don't go off and do their own things. Teams don't do their own things in combat. A team works together for one goal. I want to concentrate this down to one thing that you can do to be a better player is work as a team. Because at the end of the day, it's not a competition. You all win if you all have fun. And that includes the DM, because he's not out to get you. He's here to facilitate that fun. Make it easy for him. And don't make these mistakes. I've been DM Sleeper. That's been my name. And I hope this helped you craft your campaign.